You know, these small explorations are the main reason I love the internet so much. So, yesterday I put up my review of the Animorphs television episode My Name is Erek, which opened with a completely irrelevant dream sequence where Marco dreamed he's being chased by Tyrannosaurus Rex. There were speculations as to the nature behind the dream, and while we still have no idea what the writers and producers were thinking when they produced this, a few new details have come to light. Here's the entire sequence for reference. So, just where did that dinosaur come from? On Teriyaki 77 and Heizu Otaku, yes, that Heizu Otaku, have pointed me towards a 1985 hour-long documentary on dinosaurs, aptly titled Dinosaurs. Littered throughout the documentary are short bits of stop-motion dinosaurs doing dinosaur things while Christopher Reeve, Superman himself, narrates.
They left behind them a record locked in the earth, fossilized secrets that only hint at the majesty of their reign.
And there it is, the exact shot of a dinosaur attacking Marco. I have to applaud on Teriyaki and Heizu Otaku. Even if I had seen the film beforehand, I don't think I would have spotted this. So the dinosaur in Marco's dream is indeed stock footage, and not something they whipped up on their own. I don't have any solid answers, but I'm still leaning towards the idea that the writers originally intended for Marco to be dreaming about a Hork-Bajir, and either they couldn't technically pull it off or realized it would be too expensive to film a 3-second shot of their Hork-Bajir puppet and put this bit of stock footage in instead. I'm not 100% sure on anything, but I really don't think they intended for this to be about dinosaurs. But the story doesn't end here, because not only is the dinosaur footage in Animorphs stock footage, the dinosaur footage in the documentary is stock footage. See, the stop-motion dinosaurs actually originate from a 10-minute animated short from 1984 called Prehistoric Beasts. This short was created by one Phil Tippett. Inspired by the work of Ray Harryhausen, he began to work in stop motion in the late 70s, joining Industrial Light and Magic to do the AT, and Tauntaun sequences in The Empire Strikes Back, and the dragon sequences in the highly underrated dark fantasy film Dragon Slayer, which was nominated for an Academy Award for special effects that year. Tippett pioneered a new type of stop motion called go motion, a method for making stop motion more fluid. See, with regular stop motion, each frame is of a perfectly still object. There is no motion blur where there should be. Go motion instead uses wires to produce a tiny bit of movement the exact moment each frame is taken, which creates a motion blur and far more fluid animation. At the time, this was the best means of bringing exotic moving creatures to live-action filmmaking, and Tippett was in pretty high demand in the 80s.
I had to kill Bob Morton because he made a mistake. Now it's time to erase that mistake.
Prehistoric Beasts was Tippett's own personal project, the first product produced by Tippett's new studio, Tippett Studio. It's a very atmospheric and absorbing short. It's practically a horror film in its beats as a T-Rex hunts its prey. That footage and a few additional commissioned bits were then edited into the Dinosaur documentary a year later. This would later draw the attention of one Steven Spielberg, who was in pre-production for Jurassic Park. Tippett was brought on to do some dinosaur effects and produce some test footage. But that's when Spielberg became aware of the possibility of computer-generated animation and decided to take the film that direction. To which Tippett famously replied, "I've just gone extinct." Tippett successfully migrated to the film of CGI, and he and his studio have recently done work in things like The Twilight Saga, Immortals, Priest, and Cloverfield. While Go Motion might not be used for our movie monsters anymore, stop motion is still around, with 3 stop-motion films coming out this year with The Pirates, Paranorman, and Frankenweenie. So yeah, Prehistoric Beasts, Dinosaurs, and Animorphs. Who knew a quick shot of a T-Rex had such history behind it?